United States Anti-Doping Agency says it's stripping the cyclist Lance Armstrong of his 7 Tour de France titles and banning him from the sport for life. Earlier, Armstrong said he had grown weary of fighting the constant allegations which have blighted his career. Our sports editor David Bond looks at the cyclist's extraordinary fall from grace. Just a warning, his report does contain some flash photography.
Lance Armstrong's life story is one of the most dramatic sport has ever known. He won the Tour de France 7 times in a row, elevating cycling to new levels and his own profile to the American A-list. And it was all the more extraordinary because he did it after overcoming life-threatening cancer.
It feels good. It looks good.
But his career and reputation have been dogged by persistent allegations that his achievements were fueled by banned performance-enhancing drugs, claims he has always denied.
I try not to let it bother me, and just keep rolling right along. I know that I know what I know, and I know what I do, and I know what I did, and that's not going to change.
Today it did change. Faced with a raft of charges from the US Anti-Doping Agency, backed up by as many as 10 former teammates, Armstrong uncharacteristically threw in the towel. In a statement he said, "There comes a point in every man's life when he has to say enough is enough. For me, that time is now." Armstrong says this is not an admission of guilt, but the US Anti-Doping Agency has banned him for life and stripped him of his titles. Those sanctions must still be confirmed by World Cycling, but the man leading the fight against drugs says the implications for Armstrong are clear.
His failure to rebut the charges, those very serious charges, mean that he's effectively acknowledging that they had substance, and that allows USADA, under the rules that he always subjected himself to impose sanctions.
Cycling has become accustomed to dealing with major doping scandals, but the Lance Armstrong case may be the biggest blow yet to its credibility. The sport says it's cleaned up its act. In this country at least, that's crucial, because it's enjoying an unprecedented surge in success and popularity. One of Armstrong's former teammates says cycling has changed.
Just watch the Tour de France. It's a completely different style of racing to 10 years ago, and I think that's the biggest sort of indication that cycling is getting cleaner as the years go on.
For many, Lance Armstrong will always be viewed as one of sport's biggest heroes, and while today's developments leave a lot of questions unanswered, his reputation has been damaged, perhaps beyond repair. David Bond, BBC News.